Hello dear students, this is Vivek and today we are going to study about a new topic that is compound and their characteristic. Okay, children, in previous video I had explained about element and their types, and in this video we will see how these elements form a group to make the compound. Clear children? See, a compound is a pure substance which is made up of two or more elements combined chemically, okay, in a definite proportion by mass. Let us take an example to understand this definition, okay. Suppose children, this container contains hydrogen particles, okay, and this container contains oxygen particles or atom. When these particles combine and form a group like this, when these elements hydrogen and oxygen combine and form a group like this, hydrogen oxygen, hydrogen, this is hydrogen oxygen, hydrogen oxygen, okay, hydrogen oxygen. So this group is known as compound, children. Clear? So we can say when two or more elements combined chemically and form a group, that will be compound. Clear children? And there is a written in a definite proportion by mass. See children, this is a water H2O. So water is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen, okay, hydrogen and oxygen, okay, in the ratio of 1:8 by mass. Okay children, definite proportion by mass means the ratio of their constituent element are constant everywhere. How can we calculate children? See, H2O, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 16, okay. Now there is a 2 molecule of hydrogen, means 2 atom of hydrogen, so 1 into 2, ratio 16. The atomic mass of oxygen is 16, 2 1 2, 16. Write into its simplest form, 2 1 2, 2 8 16. Clear children? It means water is always found only the ratio of 1:8. Clear children? It means water is the combination of 1 part of hydrogen and 8 part of oxygen. Clear children? Now suppose H2 plus O2 combine gives H2O and H2CO3, when this compound break, it gives H2O plus CO2. See children, we have obtained water from two sources. First, by combination of hydrogen and oxygen, and second, by decomposition of carbonic acid. Clear children? Now compare this. You will see that this water and this water contains same type of element, means hydrogen and oxygen, and the ratio will be 1:8, 1:8. Okay children, it means combined chemically in a definite proportion by mass, means the ratio of their constituent element will be same everywhere. Clear children? Now see children, second example. When carbon combine with oxygen, it forms compound carbon dioxide, you know it very well. And again, when H2CO3, this compound, when it breaks, it gives H2O and CO2. Now compare this compound, children. Both are carbon dioxide, and we have obtained this compound from other sources. Okay, now this carbon dioxide also combination of carbon and oxygen, and this is also combination of carbon and oxygen. Now calculate their ratio. Atomic mass of carbon is 12 and oxygen is 16. So 12 ratio, there is a 2 atom of oxygen, so 16 into 2, 32, 4 3 is 12, 4 8 is 32. Now it means carbon dioxide is a compound made up of carbon and oxygen in the ratio of 3:8, means 3 part of carbon and 8 part of oxygen. Okay, children, and now we will read out the characteristic of compounds. Okay, first, a compound is composed of 2 or more elements combined together chemically in a fixed proportion by mass. Okay, for example, H2O is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen and always combine in a fixed ratio by mass. Clear, children? Earlier I had explained. Now second, the constituent elements of compound cannot be separated by physical method. See, children, the constituent element means the element which involves in making compound. For example, suppose this is carbon dioxide. So we cannot separate the carbon and oxygen by any physical process like filtration, sublimation. Okay, take another example to understand this. Let's take another example to understand this topic. For example, children, when iron, suppose this is iron, and when it combines with sulfur, it gives iron sulfide. Okay, this is element, this is also element, and when this element combined chemically, okay, they form always compound. Clear, children? Now take this iron sulfide in a china dish. Okay, suppose this is a powder of iron sulfide. Now when a magnet, north south, when a magnet is brought near this compound and iron present there, iron is a metal. So when a magnet is brought near this compound, iron present in there does not attracted towards magnet. Okay, hence iron sulfide cannot be separated by means of magnet. Clear, children? Now third characteristic, a compound is a homogeneous substance. Children, this means that a compound has the same property and composition throughout the mass. For example, children, when we take sample of water from river, sea, clear, children, pond, many sources are there to get water. It will always consist of only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, and combined chemically and give 1:8 ratio by mass. It means, children, compound do not depend on any source. They always combine the same element and same ratio by mass. So children, we can say A compound is a homogeneous substance. Clear, children? Fourth is, a compound has a fixed set of physical properties like density, melting point and boiling point. Okay. For example, children, water, the compound always boil at 100 degree Celsius. It doesn't matter that where it is obtained. Okay. Water always boil at 100 degree Celsius. So children, a compound has a fixed set of physical property. Clear, children? Second example, iron sulfide. This is also compound. It always melts, okay, at 1194 degrees Celsius. Clear, children? It means it has also fixed set of physical property. Now fifth property, children. The properties of compound are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. Now the fifth is, the properties of compound are entirely different from those of its constituent element. See, children, for example, water is a compound and their constituent element is hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, children? Now the physical and chemical property of water is totally different from their constituent element. Okay, for example, water and oxygen combine, they give hydrogen and oxygen combine, they give water. Okay, this is found in gaseous state. This is also found in gaseous state, but water always found in a liquid state. Clear? It means the physical set of their constituent element is totally different from their compound. It is found in gaseous state and the compound found in liquid state. And hydrogen catches fire. Oxygen is a supporter of combustion, but water is a compound that extinguishes the fire. Clear, children? Extinguishes the fire. It means the properties of compound are entirely different from those of its constituent element. Clear, children? Now the last property is, formation of compound is accompanied by evolution or absorption of energy. Clear, children? It means when element compound, there will be liberation of energy or absorption of energy. Clear, children? For example, when carbon bonds in presence of oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide, and when this compound is formed, there is a much liberation of energy. Clear, children? And when nitrogen and oxygen combine, unless it will not make the compound when we give energy. Clear, children? When it absorbs energy, it forms compound. Clear, children? So we can say that during a formation of compound, there is a accompanied of evolution of energy or absorption of energy. Please remember that, children, the process in which energy is released or there is a evolution of energy, that will be exothermic process. Exothermic process. And the process in which it is absorbed, clear, that will be known as endothermic process. Clear, children? On the basis of it, there are two types of process. First is exothermic and second is endothermic. Clear, children? Exothermic means there is a liberation of energy, means evolution of energy, and endothermic, there is absorption of energy. So children, we have seen in both two example, during formation of compound there will be energy liberation, means energy will released and energy can be absorbed. So the formation of compound is accompanied by evolution or absorption of energy. Clear children? Now children, we are going to see the difference between element and compound. Okay. Now children, element, I had explained that element consist of same kind of atoms. Okay, the smallest particles of substance that cannot be split or two or more simpler substance. Yes or not? So an element consists of same kind of atoms, but a compound is composed of different kind of atoms. Clear children? Second difference, a monoatomic element. Children, monoatomic means a single atom, like suppose this is sodium, potassium, helium. They all are monoatomic element, means single part of atom. Clear? A monoatomic element cannot be split. Clear children? They cannot be break by any physical or chemical method, but a compound can be split up into new substance by chemical method. For example children, when electric current is passed through in acidulated water, means water contains acid. Okay, when electric current is passed through acidulated water, it decomposes, gives hydrogen and oxygen. So children, this is a compound. So a compound can be split up into new substance by chemical method. Clear? See, only limited number of elements are known. It means, children, I had explained before that there are total 100 elements are known. Yes or not? In that 94 elements are natural, while remaining are artificial. So only limited number of elements are known. And in compound, number of known compound are quite large. Clear children? Fourth, the property of element is the property of its atom. For example, suppose this is iron. So when we take iron children, they all contain the property of iron. Clear? For example, suppose this is iron and their particles, this is also iron. This is also, means all particles trying to attract when magnet is brought near it. Clear children? And in compound, the property of compound is quite different from that of its constituent elements. For example, hydrogen is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen, but hydrogen oxygen is totally different from water. Clear children? Now these are the difference between element and compound. Now we are going to solve the questions on the basis of compound. Okay, see children, give the name of elements present in methane. Second, aqueous solution of calcium chloride, and C, that is glucose. Means we have to find out that which elements combine to make this compound methane, calcium chloride and glucose. Clear children? C, solution. Methane, the formula of methane is CH4. It means carbon and hydrogen are present in this compound. Okay children? B, aqueous solution of calcium chloride. First we have to understand children, aqueous solution. Children, aqueous solution means the solution which made in water. Okay, solution made in water. So aqueous solution of calcium chloride. See children, so aqueous solution means solution made in water, and water is the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. So we can write aqueous solution of calcium chloride means water is there and the formula of calcium chloride is CaCl2. It means how many elements are present? Hydrogen, oxygen, calcium and chlorine. Now clear children? The aqueous solution, the solution that made in water. Now see glucose. The formula of glucose is C6H12O6. Okay. Now this is the combination of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Clear children? Now see children, question number 2. Classify the following into elements and compound. Okay, we have to separate the elements and compound from these children. So solution is, first we will separate, this is element and this is compound. Okay, now sodium is a single form of substance, so it will be element children. Sodium, their symbol is Na. Calcium carbonate children, calcium carbonate is the combination of calcium, carbon and hydrogen, so there are more elements combined chemically, so this will be compound. Calcium carbonate, the formula of calcium carbonate children, CaCO3. Clear? Now silicon, silicon is an element, symbol is Si. Compound, methane, methane is a compound which is combination of carbon and hydrogen. Now carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide is also compound children because there is a combination of carbon and oxygen. Carbon dioxide formula is CO2. Clear children? Now we have already separate the element and compound. Sodium is element, silicon is element, calcium carbonate is a compound, methane is a compound and carbon dioxide is compound. Okay children, thank you.